Hi everyone! Today we're going to do some math and I'm super excited to review how to solve word problems with you. We're going to review how to solve word problems using a strategy we learned in school called the 3 reads. This strategy really helps us understand what the problem is about and what it is asking us to do to solve it. We're going to use this strategy to try and solve an add to result unknown problem, which means we will be adding a number and we don't know the answer yet. So we're going to use the 3 read strategy to solve an add to result unknown problem. Who can remember what do we do in 3 reads the first time that we read the problem? Think about it. What do you do the first time? So the first time that you read the problem, you think about what is the problem about. So I'm going to read this problem to you, and I want you to think about what is this problem about. So Ekwa has 26 soccer balls at his house. Then his coach gives him 13 more soccer balls. So think in your head or say out loud, what is this problem about? So if you said that the problem is about Ekwa and soccer balls, you are correct. Ekwa has 26 soccer balls and his coach gives him some more soccer balls. So now we are going to read it a second time and we are going to think about what are the quantities? What are the important numbers in the problem? Okay, so I'm going to read it to you a second time and I want you to think about what are the important numbers in the problem. Ekwa has 26 soccer balls at his house. Then his coach gives him 13 more soccer balls. So I want you to think in your head or say out loud, what are the quantities in this problem? What are the important numbers in this problem? Think in your head. So the first important number that I see is the number 26. So I'm going to circle that for you. You can do that at your house as well. So the first important number that I see is 26. But can we just say 26? No, 26 what? What does the number 26 represent? It represents 26 soccer balls. So I'm going to underline soccer balls. So I know that the number 26 represents soccer balls. Ekwa has 26 soccer balls. So I also see another number. What is the second important quantity in this problem? I see the number 13. So we're going to circle the number 13. 13 what? What does the number 13, what does the quantity 13 represent? It represents 13 more soccer balls. So he has 26 and he's going to get 13 more soccer balls. So I'm going to underline more and soccer balls. And I know that the word more means add. His coach gives him 13 more soccer balls, so we are going to end up adding 13. So I'm going to draw a plus sign here to remind me that I am going to add 13 soccer balls. So we have read the problem twice, and now we need to read the problem a third time. In the third read, we want to think about the question. What is the hidden question that we don't see yet? What could this question be? What is it asking us? So think for a second. What could the hidden question be? All right, so now I'm going to show you the question. The problem is asking us how many soccer balls does Ekwa have now? How many soccer balls does he have now? So we read the problem 3 times and now we're going to solve the problem. So I have my whiteboard and we are going to work on solving this problem together. So let's think about the information that we know. We know that Ekwa has 26 soccer balls. So I'm going to write down the number 26. All right, 26. And we also know that his coach gives him 13 more soccer balls. So 26, is that 26 plus 13 or minus? If he gets more, it's a plus. So I'm going to write 26 plus, and his coach gives him 13. All right, 26 plus 13. Do we know how many he has now? Not yet. So I'm going to put equal, and I'm going to put a blank box because I don't know yet how many soccer balls he has now. All right? So I'm going to take this information and I'm going to put it into a math mountain. I know you guys all remember a math mountain from class. So I'm going to draw a math mountain, and I'm going to put a plus sign on the bottom because I know that I am going to put my two add-ins together to get the total. And I'm going to put a minus sign here and here because I know that I can subtract the add-in from the total to get the other add-in. So what number do I put on top? I know that I put the biggest number on top. I put the total on top. But do we know the total yet? Not yet. So we're going to leave the top of our math mountain blank. And on the bottom, I'm going to put my two add-ins. I know that Ekwa starts with 26 soccer balls. So right here, I'm going to write 26 for my first add-in. And his coach gives him more. His coach gives him 13 more. So right here, I'm going to write the number 13. So I know that 26 plus 13 will give me my total. So I'm going to take these numbers and I'm going to put them into a vertical equation going up and down to help me solve it. So I'm going to start with 26. Ekwa has 26 soccer balls. He gets more, so we're going to write a plus sign. And how many does his coach give him? His coach gives him 13 more. And don't forget to draw your line underneath. And before we can solve the problem, there's a few things that we need to do. Don't forget to draw your place value chart, so a line on top, a line down the middle, and label that with a T for tens and an O for ones. And now we can start solving our double-digit addition problem. So when we are solving a double-digit addition problem, where do I start my addition? We want to start in the ones place. So I want to think, what is 6 plus 3? So I'm going to put the biggest number in my head, touch your head and say 6. And I'm going to count on my fingers to add 3. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know that 6 plus 3 is 9. I'm going to write that underneath. And then after you add in the ones place, you go to the tens place. I'm going to touch my head and say 2 because 2 is the biggest number. 2 plus 1, 2, and I'm going to count 1 on my fingers. 2, 3. I know that 2 plus 1 is 3. So we solved our problem. Ekwa had 26 soccer balls. His coach gave him 13 more, and now he has 39. But are we finished? Not yet. There's 2 things we forgot to do. You always want to box your answer so it is clear what your answer is, and you want to write a label. 39 what? What does Ekwa have 39 of now? Now he has 39 soccer balls, so we want to write 39 soccer balls. So we have shown our work with a horizontal equation, a math mountain, a vertical equation. We boxed our answers and we wrote the label. So I can put my total here. I know that 26 plus 13 is 39. I can put my total on the top of the math mountain. And that's how you solve a problem. Don't forget, you can also show your work in more than one way. So what is another way that I could show my work besides a vertical equation? Think about in class, what were some other ways that we could show our work? One other way that you can show your work is by drawing these numbers with base 10 blocks. So I can draw the top number 20. Remember, this represents 10. 10, 20. How do I represent ones? With dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 26 plus 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. And just like over here, I start with my ones. So I'm going to count my ones to double check my answer and see if I got it right. And I'm going to cross them off as I count to not confuse myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like we counted that correctly. And now I'm going to go to the tens place and count my 10 sticks. 10, 20, 30. Looks like we got the correct answer. So counting your answer with base 10 blocks gives you a way to double check your answer, make sure you got the correct answer, and it gives you a way to show your work in more than one way. So we use horizontal and vertical equations, we use Math Mountain, we did it in standard form, and we used base 10 blocks. So after you watch this video on Seesaw, you're going to have a worksheet where you have 2 double-digit addition equations, and we want you to solve your double-digit addition equations with a horizontal equation, a vertical equation, and draw base 10 blocks. And you can draw base 10 blocks by clicking on the pencil icon and drawing base 10 blocks on your worksheet. And we can't wait for you to turn in your worksheet and see all the great work you do. Don't forget, you can also click the microphone button and you can record yourself talking just like I did here, so you can record your answer for your worksheet as well. So we can't wait to see all your amazing work.